Today, in just 5 minutes, I'll introduce the 6 types of hexagrams in Mei Hua Yi Shu, also known as plum blossom divination. They are the original hexagram, the mutual hexagram, the transformed hexagram, the opposite hexagram, the reversed hexagram, and the inverted hexagram. And at the end, we'll connect everything through one practical example. The original hexagram. First, the original hexagram. This is the hexagram you obtain when casting the divination. It represents the current situation. It contains 2 parts. The body trigram, which represents you, and the application trigram, which represents the matter you are asking about. The relationship between these two, whether they generate or restrain each other, tells you immediately whether the situation supports you or creates resistance. The mutual hexagram. Next is the mutual hexagram. It is formed by recombining the middle 4 lines of the original hexagram. This hexagram represents the development process. You can think of it as a hidden storyline inside a script, revealing opportunities beneath the surface, or challenges not yet visible. The transformed hexagram. Third, the transformed hexagram. This appears when moving lines change. Old yang turns into yen, and old yen turns into yang. The new hexagram shows the final outcome, or the direction the situation is moving toward. The opposite hexagram. Fourth is the opposite hexagram. It is created by reversing the yin and yang of every line. This hexagram represents the attitude of the opposing side, another person's perspective, competitors, or external forces influencing the situation. The reversed hexagram. Fifth, the reversed hexagram. This is formed by flipping the hexagram upside down. The first line exchanges with the 6th, the second with the 5th, and so on. It allows us to view the situation from a future or opposite perspective, often revealing unexpected reversals. The inverted hexagram. Finally, the inverted hexagram. This swaps the upper and lower trigrams. It represents the side effects or secondary consequences that may arise as the situation unfolds. Now let's connect all 6 hexagrams with an example. Suppose the original hexagram is water over thunder, tan, meaning difficulty at the beginning. The upper trigram, pan, represents water decidual. The lower trigram, shan, represents thunder or word, your career. Water generates word. This means the body generates the application. In other words, you must invest significant energy to push your career forward, which may feel draining at this stage. Mutual hexagram, the process. From the middle 4 lines, we obtain earth over mountain, Kayan, the hexagram of modesty. This suggests that progress requires humility, cooperation, and relying on teamwork, rather than rushing ahead alone. Transformed hexagram, the outcome. If the first line moves, tongue transforms into water over earth by, meaning union. This indicates forming reliable partnerships or finding a supportive platform, allowing your career to stabilize. Opposite hexagram, others' attitude. Reversing all yin and yang lines produces fire over wind, ding, the cauldron. Ding symbolizes transformation and renewal. It suggests that supervisors or collaborators actually hope you will bring innovation and fresh energy. Reversed hexagram, future perspective. Flipping the hexagram gives mountain over water, men, or youthful folly. This represents early confusion. But when viewed from the future, this uncertainty becomes an essential learning stage that ultimately leads to success. Inverted hexagram, side effects. Swapping the upper and lower trigrams produces thunder over water, jai, meaning release. This shows a possible side effect. During the process, you may temporarily feel lost due to overexertion, but clarity returns quickly, and adjustment follows. So how do the 6 hexagrams help us understand one situation? First, which hexagram shows what's happening right now? It's the original hexagram. This reveals your current state, a phase that requires effort, energy, and active investment. Next, which hexagram shows how things will develop? That's the mutual hexagram. It represents the process. The message here is simple. Stay humble, cooperate with others, and avoid rushing forward. Then which hexagram tells us the final outcome? The transformed hexagram. It points to where the situation is heading, forming support, building connections, and reaching stability. What about the attitude of other people involved? This is shown by the opposite hexagram. It reveals that others may actually expect innovation and new ideas from you. Can we see the situation from a future perspective? Yes, through the reversed hexagram. What feels confusing now may later prove to be an important stage of learning and growth. And is there a hexagram that shows hidden side effects? Yes, the inverted hexagram. It suggests temporary disorientation caused by overexertion, followed by adjustment and release. When combined, the 6 hexagrams work like 6 X-ray images of the same event, allowing you to see every hidden layer clearly.